el sol te llama.
Oi!
A gozar.
My shoulder shimmy too much. All right. I went to Cuba with the music today. I was on the phone. I did a podcast interview with Reese Levy, and her mama is Cuban. So we talked about that a lot today. So I decided to go to Cuba today with the music. She told me, listen, what do you guys think about this? I believe she's fluent in Espanol. She told me that I need to watch television for 30 days and put the caption on there, and I'll speak Spanish. But I don't watch TV a lot, so I don't know. So what I was doing last year, I actually was I was having subliminal, like I would put my earphones in at night and listen to Spanish on YouTube and have it play, and I was just waiting to wake up one morning and be fluent in Spanish. But that didn't work, so I stopped doing it. So she said I need to watch Telemundo. I need to watch Spanish TV. So I'm looking to find the best way to learn Spanish as quickly as possible. Of course, literally just going to a Spanish-speaking country for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days would, literally submerge myself into the culture would be the best thing. But anyways. I see a lot of comments on here somebody said my father-in-law learned English by watching TV with captions. Oh, wow. Okay, so I also see some comments on here about the post that I did about my mother. Thank you guys so much. It was hard for me to put that on there, but I need to let you guys know that when I say that you can overcome, I need you to know that it's true. I want you to know it's too much light. I feel like, that light be trying to take away my melanin, and I can't have that. Now, shit, I turn that light off. Anyways. So I want you guys to know that you can win, you can get better, and things do get better. And so, I want you to know that I did start a GoFundMe page, and I want to tell you why. I've been anti-GoFundMe pages since the GoFundMe pages started. But I realized that I'm saying I think because I know the universe is listening, so I try not to. I try to be impeccable with my words, and I know how the universe works. As soon as you say something, here go the universe, oh nosy. Universe supersonic like a mud. How many of y'all know that the universe is supersonic as hell? Oh, nosy? Ooh, supersonic nosy. Okay, so anyways, I think that what I need to put on my charger. I think that the universe really, really wants me to do more things, and that's gonna take some money. It's gonna take some. I'm gonna say the word campaigning, but I really don't want to get into politics. But if I have to, in order to help people all over the world, or all over this country, I may have to do that, but I really don't want to. But I'm putting together a GoFundMe page, one, because I really want to find the person who murdered my mother. And I also want to make sure that I can continue to do what I'm doing. Because, I only have, as you guys know, I don't work for anyone. I make money off of my clients, my coaching, and my therapy and, stuff like that I offer. So, and I mean, so anyways, so if you want to support me in my GoFundMe page to help me with my mother's case, which she was murdered in 2012, and I still have not heard back from the police department or from anybody for that matter. And I wrote several letters. I was on the news, I was in the newspapers, I was on the radio stations. I had just went viral on my YouTube channel, so they knew who I was, and still didn't hear anything. And I think it has a lot to do with who killed my mother. So anyways, that being said, my GoFundMe link is on my Instagram page here. But that's not why I got on here. Oh, the shirt. You can find this shirt on my website, MeganMcGlover.com. MeganMcGlover.com. It's in different colors. There's also other shirts there. And so there's books. I got some sales going on right now. There's a book entitled How to Say No and Not Feel Bad About It. It's on my website. You should go get that. There's a sale going on right now. So anyways, I came on here because I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things that I've been watching in the news as of late. First of all, I want to say thank you, God. Oh, shit. That Mercury is out of retrograde. Did you hear me what I told you? Mercury is out of retrograde. I don't think you people... See, some of you people don't understand because you're not affected by Mercury. But people like myself, I'm a Gemini, and other people who are ruled by that planet, meaning that there's more of a vibrational pull. When we say ruled by, it means there's more of a vibrational pull. Your emotions are up and down and all the way around when that planet is doing something. Okay, so Mercury retrograde means that, what does retrograde mean? It means going the opposite way, right? So when Mercury is in retrograde, what happens is, it is as if, it doesn't mean, it's not in specifics. It doesn't mean this is actually happening, because if it happened, it would be catastrophic for the entire universe. But it is as if the planet is going backwards. So what does that mean? If your emotion, if the planet that vibrationally kind of can pull you one way or the other, and if it is seemingly going backwards, then vibrationally you're feeling like you are going backwards. So anyway, so that's a little information about what's going on with Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is out. Mercury is now out of retrograde, and so we thank God for that, because this one was rough. I've had some rough ones, and this one was horrible. This was absolutely horrible. So, I want to say something that, I want to just talk to you guys about something that I found to be quite interesting. I woke up a couple of days ago and like 1,000 of my followers were missing on my Instagram. Now, I'm not saying that they were missing because Instagram took them away. I may have said something to 1,000 people that offended them and then they left. So, that's not far-fetched. But we do know and recognize that there is a very serious censorship going on. And so I'm just here to make you think, right? That's what we do here. I'm just here to make you think. And I want you to be aware that big tech or these tech companies use your platforms for what they want to be distributed, which helps them to make more money. Okay? So I want to start by saying that, because I think that So let's do another example. You do know that you can't get a landline phone anymore. Do you know that? You can't get a landline phone at your house. So I moved here. I can't get a rotary phone and just take the plug and click it into a socket, and then I get up and then call the people and get a phone line, right? The phone lines are now in the cable of your TV. And remember you used to turn on the TV and you have to, move the antenna around because you're getting signals that are like kind of roaming around, and then you just kind of move it around and get a signal. Okay. Well, now what has happened is you cannot have television unless you have cable installed into your house, and then they regulate what channels you can see, what channels you can't. That's the same thing with the phone line. You cannot just get a ground line. So when telephones first started, it was like a wire, and then you would pick up the thing. Remember the little thing, you could talk into it and you pick this up like this? And what would happen is you'd be like, operator, channel me into 729. Okay? And then the operator would call 729, and then that person would pick up the phone, and then she would connect the call. And the operator, and I'm saying she because it was pretty much females. And then the operator would connect the call, but the operator could actually listen to your phone conversation because she was connecting the call. Then they made it so you didn't have to have a receiver. You didn't have to have an operator. They made it so you could have a dial tone, and then you could dial your own numbers, right? Then they put 7 digits on it. Then they put an area code on it, and then you have to dial 1 when you want to get outside the area code, so from so on. But now, in order to have a home line, it is, yes, switchboard. Somebody said switchboard workers. Yes, switchboard operators. So in order for you to have a home line, it has to be connected to like a cable. So when they, meaning those in power, want to censor something, they can stop the phone lines or stop internet or stop electricity or whatever, because it's all based on wires and cables. Okay? Now, I'm saying that because I want you guys to know that the video that I did recently, I don't know if you know, but the video that I did, I was on the treadmill and I was like, what do you want? You remember that video? I was like, what do you want? Ice Cube is doing this and you don't like that, and Jay-Z went to the NFL, you didn't like that. You remember that video? Well, that video went viral. It's been viewed at least 2 million times. And I'm saying at least 2 million, it might be more than that, because on one person's platform, it was viewed 700,000 times on one person's Twitter. One person. Well, there are videos that I try to put up, and then I'll get like 500 views, or I'll get like, 1,000 views or whatever. So if something goes viral, the algorithm will then start to look for more things from that particular person, because that person is causing an attraction to whatever this media stream. Are you following me? Okay. So for big tech or whatever to not have people follow me and to take away 1,000 or 2,000 followers at a time lets me further know that what I'm saying is what the people need to know and what the people need to hear. So that's another reason why I'm putting together a GoFundMe, because I may have to go or start a new platform on my own or whatever, so that I can continue to give you the truth. So that was kind of like a roundabout way to say that. We have to be careful when we are being censored like Korea. When you are not allowed to say what you feel, and I'm not saying hate speech or anything like that, but even hate speech. So here's the thing. If I'm pro-black, right? I'm black, and let's say I'm pro-black. I don't want them to censor me from being pro-black, right? Well, the people that are pro-white don't want to be censored either. So what a lot of people are not yet understanding, and I don't understand why people don't understand this, but there is two sides of that coin. You can't say, well, I don't want you to say anything negative about black people, while black people can promote blackism and say negative things about white people. You see how that doesn't work? It's not fair. So the bottom line is, whether I like white people promoting white people or not is not the point. The point is, I don't want you to take away my right to promote my blackness and love for being black. Do you understand? Are you following me? Are you following me? Okay. So this is why deciding what people can and cannot hear is very dangerous. Because then you are just basically saying, well, you don't need to hear that truth. You don't need to hear that. That's not good. That's not good. So that's that. When you have, and this has been my biggest problem with this electoral run. My biggest problem has been that it did not have anything to do with policies. It had everything to do with a hatred for one man. I had a big problem with that, and have a big problem with that. And what it did was it tricked a lot of people into voting against Trump when they should have been voting for policies. I'll give you a good example. Do you know that right now in Oregon, which is a very, very heavy Democratic state, which they pretty much burned down to nothing, very beautiful. Have you guys seen Oregon before? Oregon is one of the most beautiful states in this country. It's full of greenery. It has creeks and rivers and like mountainous trails and all. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's a very serious blue state. It's very blue. It's very democratic. It's democratic in its governor, its mayor, its local government, everything. It's very, very, very democratic. These people have recently, within the last 2 days, passed a law. I can't even fucking... They have passed a law that it will be no criminal action taken towards people selling hard drugs. What is hard drugs? Heroin, cocaine, crack, meth. And meth is a very popular drug out there in Oregon. So it literally means that someone, and I don't want to be extreme. I'm not trying to be extreme, but I do want to give you an example. It literally means that somebody can be close to a park or a playground or a schoolyard and sell your child some heroin. And they're not going to be arrested. That's what it means. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. There's no legal action. They have made it non-criminal to sell and or possess hard drug. We're not talking about CBD, marijuana, which in my personal opinion, I think they done messed up marijuana so bad that marijuana should be a hard drug, but whatever. It is just ridiculous. It is Absolutely ridiculous. The possession of these hard drugs is not criminal. We're talking about drugs that people are making in their bathtubs and trying to give it to your children, trying to give it to your mom, your dad, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why am I saying it's ridiculous? I'm saying it's ridiculous because if you want to be a drug addict, that's your choice. That's your choice. But you somebody just said because they're trying to put them into rehab, not instead of jail. They're trying to put them into rehab instead of jail. Well, honey, let me tell you something. They've had a lot of people in jail, hundreds of thousands and millions of people, and they still have yet to provide a program for those in jail that keeps them off of drugs when they get out. So it's definitely not about rehab. It's definitely not about rehab. It's 110% about foolishness. Okay? So you have a right to be a drug addict because it's your body, it's your choice. You have that right. Okay? But with that being said, there still should be laws in place. And see, this is when the word lawlessness comes into play. Lawlessness is like having a child in your home they don't wear a diaper. They just shit and piss all over the floor. They get crayons and write all over the wall. They can eat sugar straight out the bag. They just dig their hand in it, nasty, dirty hand. And look, and they just dig their hand in there. And then they can just do it. And then they can just go outside with their diaper on, which is probably dirty. They can go outside and then they just walk around with the diaper tucked. That's what you doing, yo. And they can just walk outside into the street. That's lawlessness. Because law starts in the home. The understanding of authority starts in the home. The understanding of respect starts in the home. It does not start when you're outside driving and then a cop pulls you over. It starts in the home. Okay? So when you just have lawlessness in your society, then anything goes. Rape, molestation, drug activity, horror activity, pimp activity. It just starts down a very, very, very slippery slope. And to say, oh, well, we just want to put people in rehab is really a fucking cop-out. Because if you wanted to put people in rehab, you would have cleaned up some of those very serious meth neighborhoods and areas in Oregon a long time ago. Then you wouldn't have to pass such a law. You see, that's the bullshit. Okay? Now, this situation with Trump and Biden in this election. I started off by saying, the censoring of opinions, the censoring of facts, the censoring of truth. It's really bad because it has basically led so many people, especially within the black community and those who are allies of blacks and those who love black people. It has made you really... Oh, I just came up with a good... Thank you, God. Ooh. I love it when God gives me something. So, it's just like... I'll give you a good example. So, let's say your mother and father got together and they gave birth to you, right? And your mother gave birth to you, okay? And so you were born and your mother told you that your father was a piece of shit from day one. Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's dirty. He's just, he's out there. Everywhere he lays his hat is his home and all this other thing. Just negative about your father. Just horrible things about your father. Okay. And then, when you're like 20 years old, you go and find your father. And you say, yo, Dad, why weren't you ever around? Like, this is like, I think it's kind of messed up, bro, that you were never, around when I was being born. And your dad says, well, honey, actually, I was trying to be involved, but your mother wouldn't allow me because she wanted to get back into a relationship with me, or because she was mad that I moved on and got with somebody else and had other children, or I paid her child support every month, but she wanted me to give her more money and I wasn't able to do that. Or, yes, there were some things about me that weren't all that great, but I really was trying to spend time with you. Well, by now that you're 20 years old, you're still sour. Even though now you know the truth and you've heard it from the horse's mouth. You have been indoctrinated to hate that man. Are you listening to the words that I'm using? Which then transfers into your further hatred for other fathers and other men. Is that making any sense to anyone here? So it is, somebody said brainwashing. That's exactly what it is. So what has happened is, because there has been so much hatred purposely put against Trump as a person, as a man, you don't see any of the policies and procedures that actually helped you. So there's hatred against your father, but you never got to see that he was giving child support. He was trying to come and see you and pick you up every now and then. He was trying to be involved in your life. But because your mother told you he was a piece of shit, then you never, you know what I mean? Like, you were already blocked. You were already blocked. So it just breaks my heart, and it's just terrible that, and again, I'm not saying, I've told you before, the things that Donald Trump has said out of his mouth and out of his Twitter fingers has really hurt him in astronomical ways, and it has really kept people from seeing what's necessary and what's true. So that being said, I'm not in any way defending him as a person, but you cannot tell me that his policies and procedures that he has already put into action, you cannot tell me that those policies and procedures that he put into action were not worth fighting for and understanding, and and at least having the conversation of trying to understand. Okay, let's put it that way. I thought about something else, and you guys probably not gonna like this, so that's okay. That's why I'm gonna end on this note. I'll play a little music first. Okay, so I want to say something to a lot of people who feel like the abortion conversation is extreme. A lot of conservatives and people just in general, have really been waving the flag of anti-abortion, and how these bodies are being used. Sometimes they abort the body and then they sell it to black markets and all kind of weird shit like that. So, as somebody who has studied psychology for a really, really long time, I just want to say that I'm trying to say it nicely. This is what I'm going to say. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So the reason why a lot of you don't want to hear that conversation is because some of you have had abortions 1, 2, 3, 4, and you don't want anybody throwing that back up in your face. And so you don't like the conservative view of anti-abortion, because then it brings up something that triggers you. and it makes you feel bad. And so you try to go as far away from that topic and or conversation because it's making you upset and it's making you feel bad about it. And so I just want to say to you that no one knows the situation that you were in when you needed to get that abortion, when you thought that that was best for you. Okay? No one can make you feel bad about that. At least you should not let anyone make you feel bad about that. But it does not mean that you can ignore some of the very darkness behind the solicitation of abortion. Okay? I understand that a lot of things are done based out of necessity. So a lot of us have been in situations where it's like, yo, I got to do what I got to do at this time. Okay? Now, for those of you who are using abortion as a birth control, we need to talk probably privately as to why you continue to allow your body to be used as a sperm dump. Why are you letting sperm just be, just placed into your body as if you're just some kind of waste dump? Okay? So, but we're not talking about that. We're talking more about making those choices. Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics and stuff like that are very high in low income and inner cities and so forth and so on. And so that is usually used as a choice, like an option. Okay? So we know that this is what it is. We know that this is what it is. But don't allow your shame and your guilt. Watch me now. Don't allow your shame and your guilt to push you so far away from a conversation where you cannot get any nourishment from truth. You are literally running from truth because it makes you feel bad. When it's okay to just say, I did something because I felt that was my only choice at the time. And so that's what I did, so that's that, right? Okay. Pro-life means pro your life as well, right? So if the pregnancy is going to kill you, or if the pregnancy is, whatever, those things are, that's okay. That's okay. But you cannot, somebody trying to call my phone here. But you cannot just keep running from things because you don't like that it's bringing up this shame and guilt. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself so that you can then have a decent conversation about something that's very, very, very important. Same thing with this whole situation pertaining to, to Donald and Biden. And now we got this whole situation with, just fake news and ballots being found all over the place. All of a sudden they're finding all these ballots, and some of the people who voted have been dead since 1986 and all this all kind of weird shit. So you have to be open to information. You don't have to take it all in, but you have to be open to some information. Okay? So allow yourself to live your life using your life and the examples of your life to help someone else make better choices that may or may not be in your situation. Don't run from it. Don't run from it and hide because you feel shame. Does that make sense? See, all of it is a trick. It's all a lot of trickery going on. And so I just wanted to come on and say that again. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and loving me. Those of you who can see me and those of you who can hear me. So, because I don't know. I mean, it just seems kind of weird to shadow shadowing and all this other kind of old weird shit. So, anyways, we are headed into a situation in this country where a lot of people are going to be upset on either side. So I'm hoping for a resolve that helps us be able to open up again, be able to come and go as we please, be able to speak and express ourselves. One that is, we can seek and have justice. I really am looking forward to that resolve. That's what I'm looking forward to. One way we'll get it, the other way maybe we won't get it right away. I don't know. So I'm sending my prayers out. I am wishing all of you love and happiness and joy. Love, peace, and hair grease. I want you guys to take care of yourselves, take care of your family, love each other, love yourself, forgive yourself. That's super duper important, because if you think that someone's always judging you, it's 9 times out of 10 you're judging yourself. And you never want to listen to people that are forcing you to hate someone else. Those are not the people you want to listen to. I've never listened to anyone that told me to hate Trump or told me to hate Biden. I don't want to listen to you, because that's bias. That's being biased. I want just the facts. I don't want your personal opinion about, you can give me your personal opinion, but I don't want you to, like the example I gave, I don't want you to tell me to hate somebody. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because it doesn't feel good to me. So I love you guys very much. I'll be on here again. I'm on here Sunday mornings at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time for meditation, for live meditation. But I'll be on here, from time to time. Thank you so much for everybody that donated. Again, I'm just going to, use that to come up with several different platforms to make sure that I can continue to get out there. And I need to start looking into whether I need to run for office or something. I don't know. I don't know what God is going to have in store for me, but, it does take support. And so I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of that. Have a good day. I love you guys with all my heart. Now, what y'all think I should do to my hair next? It's been staying real good for a while now. But, after a while, I get tired of the same thing. I'm ready to do a different style. What y'all think I should do? Put it in the comments. What y'all think I should do to my hair next? I've been thinking about dyeing it. And pray for my Spanish speaking. Pray that the Lord just downloads like the Matrix. Just download an app. I'm a computer. Download the app so that I can just wake up. Okay, that's what I really want. Okay? Bye, y'all.